welcome to the Smiling Sufferer podcast. On the mic, you have Corey,
So Logitech,
and in front of me, I have Mr. Billy.
Who's Billy?
I thought you said you now
Oh
identify.
yeah. Man like Bill.
You forgot.
No, I don't like Billy. I just like Bill.
Bill.
Yeah.
Bill.
Man like Bill.
Bill. All right.
I woke up the other day and decided I actually identify as a billionaire now. So
I'm getting you.
please refer to me as a billionaire.
So how does it feel to identify as a billionaire?
Hashtag MBG, no belt gang. Zero belt, 1,000 trousers. MD, show more MD.
Show more MD.
What does it mean to be a billionaire? It just feels good. You sleep better.
I'm sure.
You wake up better.
Yeah, what's going on in Afrobeat, man? It's a lot. Okay, so what I have first on the agenda, first is Burna. Burna recently sold out the Wembley Arena.
Yes, Wembley Arena.
How many seats?
I think it's 8,000. Don't quote me on that. I think O2 is 20. I think Wembley is 8. Let me confirm.
Did you watch the show online?
No.
But I saw he had like a bunch of theatrics. He
came out of the giant monkey.
Of a giant monkey, and he was hanging in the air.
Yeah. He did it better than Davido did it though. So you know how Davido's was. So it was like, this is what you ordered. This is what you got.
Davido looked like he was scared when he did his own.
Well, because he did his own in night. So night now. Sometimes things are like second grade.
I think I saw Davido's pants.
Yeah, but Burna's own was like seamless. Like it was. He just moved.
Yeah.
Like you. With David's own, and I'm sure he'll do. I mean, when David did his London show, he was floating on the stage better now. Do you get? But the rope one he did in Nigeria. This one don't break something.
I don't break this thing.
Don't break Mike.
At the Wembley Stadium?
No. It's not.
So it's a completely different place.
The SSC Arena, yeah. Or it's not the stadium.
Interesting.
Stadium is different. This is indoors. Stadium is like but London's second largest indoor arena after the O2. Okay.
It's still a pretty good look, man. Good for him. Anything else on Burna?
It's in Wembley. You get?
Yeah. Okay, Wembley is the area.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like Wembley Park.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So listen, for my London people, I don't even gonna miss it. I believe, if I remember clearly, Wembley is in North London. Yes. So we know the Igboro small now.
Maybe that's where Tottenham was playing for a little bit before they got their
Spurs,
stadium.
yeah, Spurs is White Hart Lane is also Spurs is a North London club. So
he dropped the Omo video.
It did.
So what did you think about it?
They all have the same theme, like indoors in like a house setting. Not like I don't know. I liked it. Most videos actually have like a similar feel, look, theme to it. I haven't actually even checked to see if it's all directed by the same person. But I like
He did win Video of the Year.
Oh, so Wembley's Northwest. Makes sense.
Northwest, yes, in the North Shore.
Yeah, shot there. Yeah.
I'm trying to see who directed it. It came out 3 days ago. It's already at almost 1 million views. Good look. Good for him. Good for him. Ye is at 46 million.
The beauty about Ye for him is that it gets to boost, because people actually forget that Ye was on his last album. So it gets to boost that album.
Yeah, it does. It does. Outside, right?
Outside. So he's getting, he's getting mad love for African Giant album. And then you have a song which is then like still boosting your last album up.
Yeah.
So like it's just double enjoyment for the guy, man.
Good for him.
Shout out to Burna, man.
What do you think of the new Tekno? Skeletun.
I like it.
Was that the first time you heard it?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't sure the name. No.
I think it's a nice track.
I like the Tekno.
But apparently Tekno may be having some management issues, allegedly.
Funny enough, I actually like the fact that he posted needing help.
Yeah, he posted something on his social media. I think it was on one of his snaps, and he's like, "Guys, please, I need manager. I'm tired of this solo shit. Please, I need someone that knows what to do with me. Now, music, I sabi." Someone must be frustrating the shit out of him.
Yeah, I like that he posted this because To be honest, a lot of people, Nigerian artists especially, believe they can't do it by themselves.
Yeah.
And
I feel like Tekno should be bigger than he really is.
They try to cite the likes of Wiz and David, and as much as Davido and Wizkid seem like they're managing themselves, they really aren't.
They have people.
Like you have, I mean, granted, yes.
They have labels that are pushing
Nigeria,
them. Yeah, but they have labels that are pushing
nobody
them.
can kind of tell them anything, but they have major international labels pushing them.
Yeah.
They have like Davido's stuff out here in America. Is this guy that does it, FA?
Yeah.
You know, and FA is like a big guy, A&R kind of guy. So like they have, they might not see them, but they have people. The labels have assigned to him. So in someone like Tekno's case, I don't know who Tekno is signed to, if he's signed to anybody out here. But in that kind of case, because you see a lot of people, like you see the likes of Lil Kesh living on Olamide, you see the likes of not Skills, what's his name? Anyways, all of them, Kiss Daniel going on his own. Now I understand those moves make sense because the labels they're coming from, like especially like a Kiss Daniel, it's not the labels these people are signed to are not even proper labels. If we're being honest, like is a one apartment block, like they don't have a team, they don't have a structure. It's one person that has money and says, "Hey, I can fund videos for you." You get what I'm saying? Like it's a level where one person makes the decision. You know how look at Sony now. The head of Sony does not even know what's going on in terms of Wizkid and Davido's career. Do you get? Because it's all broken down into subcategories. So, but the labels we have in Nigeria, if Mr. A does not say, like everything has to go through Mr. A, and the day Mr. A says I don't have money again, that's the end of it. So so it's almost like you're just under somebody.
Yeah.
So these guys go by that. He was under Ubi Franklin. Ubi Franklin is still looking for money for himself, and I'm sure at some point Ubi probably thought.
I remember that Ubi Franklin guy.
Ubi Franklin is triple MMG, triple made man music group. He had Iyanya.
Yeah. He lost Iyanya
the girl.
to
He had the girl that he said he was dating on the side. Snap, I forgot her name. But he had her. He had Iyanya to Iyanya left and said the guy was cheating. Iyanya came out with this whole accusation that the guy cheated him, stuff like that. Tekno said he was making money. I think Tekno is still signed to him. But obviously, this is how I see it. If Ubi has something more, all right, let's put it like, if I own a record label and I sign you, and it's a small group, I fund your music videos, blah blah blah. When I have stuff on my own, I can't really focus on you. If I'm having money troubles, you're going to suffer it. So I guess what he's going through is a case of he's probably just not getting the right gigs he wants. He's not getting the right growth he wants.
And I could have sworn Tekno signed with one of these labels at one point. Maybe not. Maybe production deal. I don't know. Yeah, but speaking of labels, though, Kiss Daniel is still going strong. He dropped the Pack and Go video.
Yeah, and those ones are still coming after him.
For how much did they say again? $500 million,
something
billion dollars or something ridiculous
serious,
like that. Who else do we have here? Okay, what other drops came lately?
Yeah, he's only signed to Made Men music group. Yeah, he's not signed to.
Yeah, I feel like Tekno should be bigger than where he is.
I feel like it too.
With the type of
but that's what I'm
impact
saying. It comes with. It just comes like. It's hard. It really is hard, man. Like, think about the biggest names that have come out of Afrobeat in Nigeria. They're all under themselves. Wiz, Davido, Burna, Olamide, they all own their own label. But the bigger ones,
Davido, Burna, Olamide, Wiz,
the ones I just mentioned, the top three, the only difference is they have deals with bigger, like established record labels out here. Yeah. I think Wiz and Davido are Sony, RCA. I think Burna is one of this Universal or something.
Universal,
I think it's one of this, which is good. So maybe if Tekno can find MMG to partner him with a right distribution, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But I think he should be bigger than where he is.
I think so too.
But moving on, what do you think about the new Gbeku dance?
It's not that new though.
It's not.
It's funny. I saw the video when this guy was teaching Burna.
Yeah.
Zlatan, and I just knew these guys were going to make a song about it because he was teaching that. When was it? Was when Burna went back? I think it was after Burna's first leg of shows here.
That was in the spring, right?
I think it was even before he did the. It was after either right before he did Coachella or right after Coachella. There was a video of him with Zlatan. And Zlatan was teaching him the 1-2 step forward, the jump back.
I saw Davido doing it. That was why I knew that. Okay,
1, 2, 3 step forward and come back.
Yeah, I guess.
If you want to know these dance steps, there's a guy in Poco Lee. Just go and look for his Instagram page. That's all he does. Yeah.
Poco Lee.
Poco Lee.
Interesting.
He's always in all these Zlatan. Then he was in Killing Them video. Yeah, I think it's Poco like _ Lee or something like that. There he is.
Iwe Pascale. That guy.
Yeah. See. 1.2 million followers.
Oh yeah, I see.
That's all the dance. Like that's his work, bro.
Did you see the dance?
You see all the new dance moves and all that stuff.
Yeah, let me check out.
A lot of them have referenced him in songs too.
I'm trying to see if there's any dance video of him here, but I can't remember.
I mean, I just keep talking.
Did you see the one of these kids that were this guy that was doing Zanku?
Yeah, I saw it.
That shit was lit, man. That shit, like the whole place went crazy.
Okay,
for 1.2 M followers, man. Of dancing.
That's
crazy. I hope, and it looks like he's already got like all these endorsements. He's on all these party flyers and shit.
Everybody, just off.
Good for him, man. Good for him.
All man must trouble.
Nabi.
So whatever works for you, can't knock your hustle down.
All right. Any other new music out there?
Davido has an album coming.
Oh yeah, Wurld.
His album came out. Davido has an album coming out.
The Wurld album.
Fireboy just dropped
the Wurld album is called I Love Girls with Trouble, right? There's this one song I heard on it that I actually kind of like. I think it's called Sweat. I'm gonna play a quick clip of it. This is the Afrobeat Hour. Sweat by. And apparently his name is Wurld. This whole time we've been calling him Worldy.
Because it spells it with the capital D.
I know.
I still feel like it's World D, man. But it's World, yeah. It spells it with a capital. But this is him and SARS. I love girls with.
Take me high, take me low, no sorry. Don't be afraid, just grab what you like when you're on me. So now no be play, running anywhere to the fit. I want it every day to the day. The way you work it down. Like a criminal, don't try to do me like a foreigner. Cause I'ma treat her right way, no do you no rough play. One love, all I need is one love.
Do me a favor, play that first song on the thing called Persona.
Persona?
Or Pris. That's the first song, SONA. That's the first song on the.
Is that supposed to be Prisoner? I guess.
Prisoner is not.
What are you talking about? Persona?
What's Prisoner?
The heck
Prisoner
does that mean?
Isn't, I don't know. What's Prisoner? Shit, I read it wrong. It is Prisoner. Wait, Prison. Prisoner is ER. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but maybe he spelled. You know how he spells everything differently.
Anyway, Prisoner, cool. Look at Prisoner. So PRIS.
Because
was like Persona. Because I was looking at it, I never heard. I didn't hear. Yeah, you see why it's.
But I don't see it on. It's not on YouTube.
I was gonna say,
it's not.
Play the beginning and tell me if it as you listen to the song. Tell me if you can't. Yeah, like almost singing "Blow My Mind" as you're singing. It's like you can almost. Yeah. It's almost the same vibe. Yeah. I was just like.
And I also got this vibe for some reason when I was
definitely supposed to be Prisoner.
Yeah, when I was listening to the album, I got this Jadena vibe, and I started wondering. I wonder if he writes for Jadena. I won't be surprised if he's written.
It's possible if you check the. So
he's well respected. He was recently on
Google the song and see if
he was recently on Ebro's.
Yeah. I mean, Ebro.
Ebro in the morning.
I'm a little Ebro. I like that there.
The guy is really trying to like get on this Afrobeat vibe.
I have like to be honest, I don't trust that guy.
Ebro?
Yes.
Why?
Him and it's not only him. Him and what's the other guy?
The old white guy, Jewish white guy.
Yeah.
That guy I can't stand.
Yeah, I can't. Okay, let me say trust. I can't stand that guy. But like you see interviews, even when they interviewed Kano recently.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I actually watched that.
But like, bro, to be honest, Ebro and Rosenberg.
Yeah.
Let's be real. You guys are New York guys. You can never know too much about Afrobeat or
they be really
grime or
feeling
jam.
themselves.
Let's just be honest. You can never know it. It's just bro. No matter how many artists you've met, how many records you cannot, because you have not lived the life. But then
Peter Rosenberg.
Yeah, Rosenberg, yeah. But Kano kept talking and they kept trying to tell him the origin of his own. He's like, bro, like, can you take a chill pill, my nigga? Like, you can't know it past me now.
I saw the
and that's the same thing too that happens with their like Afrobeats. But with Afrobeats, is still, I don't know. I mean, but shout out to them for giving it the love it deserves.
Yeah,
you know?
it's
a big platform and they recognize it and they have them come over. I mean, the interviews with Ebro in the morning interviews are way better than Breakfast Club when it comes to Afrobeats. I've not enjoyed one single because
I feel like what's his name? Charlemagne is a little bit dismissive.
It's the same thing. To be honest, I think Rosenberg is the same of every genre, but he just tries to kind of play it down. But the difference in the two shows is that Ebro actually knows some of this.
He does.
Either he's done his research or people have told him.
Yeah, people.
So
he has Niger people.
Yeah,
that like,
with Breakfast Club, first the DJ Evidence never knows anything. You know, he can't say
no. But DJ Envy says that he plays a lot in Nigeria.
He does.
He
goes to Africa.
Yeah,
but you know, DJ Envy does not ask like research questions. He just you know, if he's asking a question, say for those who don't know, explain what Afrobeat is. You know, that's his question. But then the person who really asks like the question is usually between Charlemagne and Angela Yee asks some irrelevant questions, but it's usually between Charlemagne. And when Charlemagne doesn't know you, you really can't enjoy the interview because he then starts asking very ignorant questions, very weird questions. Yeah. Even when Davido was there, he was more focused on his dad's money than, you know, the guy's trying to speak about his music. You know,
he was. Yes,
you're more focused on that's a billionaire. Why are you doing it? You know, like, bro, I noticed that.
I caught that too. He was like,
but I do like the Ebro ones because they definitely put on like, I mean, look at him in like the World.
He definitely does a better job.
He does a very better
tracking.
job.
You know, and he does a better job of like knowing. He knows like the producers. Of course, SARS is up there in terms of
the best
production.
one I have actually enjoyed is Big Boy. What's his show?
Big Boy.
Yes,
Big Boy in LA.
Yeah, what's that show?
The bald headed guy.
Yeah,
Big Boy. Is it Big Boy in the morning? Big Boy. I forgot what. But yeah.
I like his own. I like because when he
his
did
interviews.
Burna, he definitely was like very intrigued to learn, and he didn't let it overshadow. Like he knew something. He was able to ask questions and
okay.
Well, shout out to all of them though.
Shout out. Any other music? Oh yeah. Davido is supposed to be dropping very soon. What's the name of the album?
A Good Time or something like that.
A Good Time?
I think so.
And he's got all these records on it, right? He's got If on it.
My guy wants to go double, quadruple, platinum, diamond.
There's a very strong possibility.
Before he drops that album because he put If for Assurance on that album. But you know what?
Blow My Mind too.
Blow My Mind, I understand because that's the most recent one.
He just came out,
I feel like Blow My Mind is probably the only song that was made for that album. Yeah. You know.
Meanwhile, Fall has 33 million streams. If has 24 million streams.
To be honest,
those streams
by the time the album drops, he's gonna already have 40 million streams.
Yeah,
pretty much. An album that hasn't dropped, and you haven't listened to a full track on the album
easily,
which is translating to how many?
Easily,
that'll be like over 100,000 copies sold already.
I think so.
By the time the album, he's gonna go number one when the album drops. That is why I'm telling you
very
that
strong possibility.
See,
if he goes number one in the US. That would be a record.
See, and that's what I'm saying is that he has the right management in his ear telling him, like, guy,
they're working those
put
charts.
those albums on those songs on this album.
Yeah.
Forget it, because I want to believe that if Davido was by himself in Nigeria, he'll have just dismissed.
Yeah.
And those songs are left it as
It's
that.
a smart
It's a smart strategy, but it's like it's a cheat code.
Nicki did it for a song that wasn't even hers.
It's a cheat code.
Remember
yeah.
when
She did it with the one
Nicki
on
Minaj?
Tekashi.
Yeah.
It was a cheat code, but it's a good cheat code.
Yeah, and I remember she sold over 100,000
The game
albums based off of that single,
I give
Fifi.
hats off to him, man. The game's the game.
Yeah,
It's
the game is the game.
The game is the game, man. He's not doing anything illegal, but it's a cheat code. But hey, I'm gonna get those sales going before I even sell the album.
But there was something I was going to touch on that. I think you had mentioned that we'll make it the title of the episode. What was it again?
0 belt, 1,000 trousers.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know why that just makes me laugh.
MD, my guy down.
0 belt, 1,000 trousers.
MBG, I no belt.
Our no belt gang. Yo.
I think so. Okay, we can go into this segment then. Songs of Christmas songs, man. I think that's
Yeah,
one of
man.
them,
So what are the songs, man? Look, I already said Puta is up
Puta
there.
will be there. Bolanle will be there. Even this new one that just came out with Zlatan and Burna, Gbeku will be there.
Egba me. How much me?
Yo, he named every kind of ass
Guy
in that
said-
song. Look, we should break it down. He said Egba me. Àwọn ọmọ Naija fẹ́fẹ́ fìdí pa mí. Nígbà mi, tí n bá ṣe Insta ìdí mà ní. Ìdí àràbà, ìdí oró, ìdí abájọ, ìdí arẹrẹ,
And
ìdí
he's been going on this whole
ìdímù.
ass will make you more money than a degree.
Now let's talk about it. Let's touch on that really quickly. So this was actually quite controversial. He posted something on Twitter, right? And he said, right now, he said, having
A big bum.
a big ass is better than having a master's degree.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. In Nigeria, is he lying?
Nigeria, worldwide.
Is he lying?
Worldwide.
Is he lying? I don't think he's lying.
Because, bro, like,
No. Now you can argue that worldwide, like let's say in the Western world, right?
Yes.
Having a master's degree, you can argue that okay, it can get you other places without having to subject
okay,
yourself,
yes, okay.
and
Don't let's say
objectifying
worldwide.
yourself.
Okay.
But in Nigeria,
Let me put it.
what?
Let me rephrase it when I say worldwide. Having a banging body,
Yeah,
it makes things is easier to get things than
yeah.
having a master's degree.
In
And reason I say
Yeah.
it's easier is because with the degree, first of all, you have to go to school.
yeah, and you
You
have,
have
to
to
study.
study. You have to put in
Hours.
work hours, and you have to study 4 years undergrad.
And it's still not
And
guaranteed.
then another 2 years grad.
It's not
Yeah,
guaranteed,
no
my guy.
guarantee, shit. Bro. You're going to do all that and you come out and somebody's telling you want to pay $30,000 a year.
What?
So it's not guaranteed, but you can push it.
Yeah,
You can get it.
Yeah.
We've all done it.
Yes.
But it's not guaranteed.
it's not guaranteed.
Now, you can be an
Having a big
18-year-old who just got out of high school, freshman, and you have a banging body. Because let's be honest, for those of you that are doing misogynistic, this one, like, keep quiet first of all and just reason with me. Go on your Instagram and just look up. Like, you come across, even on Twitter, sometimes I come across some like memes and posts, and I just check out the page, and like they'll put like their Instagram link and I click it, and you'll be like, what has this girl done to have 450,000
Not a
followers?
damn thing.
And I will scroll through her page and not see one single thing
Not a
that
damn
warrants
thing.
her to have 450,000,
Not a damn
except her body.
Yeah,
Every post is her body.
men are victims.
Men
to
are
that
victim
shit.
to that shit. So that girl, 18-year-old, fresh out of high school, freshman year, found a way to, she realized she has a banging body, created an Instagram or Twitter account, social media account, started putting content out. Her content is her body. For most of you entertainers on IG, you have to actually think of content. You have to sit down,
Yeah.
write a skit. You have to do a lot of stuff.
That shit is not as
And
easy,
it's not easy
as people think it
exactly.
is.
And all she has to do is just take a picture. God, some people have thousands of pictures on themselves in their phone, but you don't even have more than 100 followers. But all she has to do is take one picture, post it on there, and this thirsty man will follow, like. Not only that, DM her.
Yeah.
And some of these men are ready to
They
spend.
offer money. They throw money
So
at
these
at 'em.
men are ready to spend a lot of money. So you now realize that you've gone to, what would you say, the average salary in the United States for a single person is $30,000. So
The average salary, 30K.
30K.
Is it really?
It is. Google it.
That even sounds like more than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I thought it was more or less too, but I googled it. I think it went up. It says average.
Interesting.
Salary. Yeah, average. Well, this means there are more millionaires out there to probably balance it. The average U.S. salary.
Wait, average US salary or average Nigerian
Hold on.
salary?
No, I say U.S. So it went to 56K, but this is a family. I want to do.
In Nigeria?
I'm talking about in US. I'm using
Oh,
US.
yeah.
So it's even
In
more
the
than
US.
50K.
No, I thought you meant in
No, no,
Nigeria.
no,
I'm
no,
like,
no, no.
30K is kind of a lot.
Single. I saw a stat that says single.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 31,000 for a single.
Yeah.
For a median household, it's 56K.
Yeah.
Because obviously they'll put husband is making money right here. But for a single person, it's about $865 a week.
That's
So
crazy.
yes, the U.S. Bureau of the Census has the annual median personal income at 31,000 in 2016.
Yeah.
So think about it. You do all this school, you do all this work, you pay for college, you do everything. You come out and I'm sure with a master's degree, obviously you're still looking at like 50K. You're not guaranteed six figures. So let's say the best case scenario is they give you 60K.
Yeah.
And then you have one girl who's just left high school.
talk
That
about
one man or one Arab prince or one Yahoo boy has seen and says, yo, I want
She
to
doesn't
fly you
even have
here.
to be fine. She just has to have a big ass.
It has to be fine though, because some of these girls are very ugly.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody's sizing them up.
Makeup will take care of a lot of that now.
And she doesn't have to have a good body. And I mean a good, but just have what they want to see.
Yeah.
And she's carrying a $8,000 purse. She's carrying a $12,000 purse. She's flying first class. You have gone to that school. Even if you are making six figures, even if you are making 100K, do you know how long you have to save for it to come? Unless you're stupid, to come there, take your money and say, I want to fly first class 5 times this year and buy a purse of 8 to 10 grand.
So you know what I call that?
What?
Woman privilege.
There is women
That
privilege.
is one form of
There is
female
women privilege. They try to deny that.
That is
it
one
exists,
form
but
of.
it doesn't
Now
exist.
there is some privilege that men do
Yes.
get, but there are. That's
You
what I
can
try to
say in
explain
the
to
workforce.
people.
You can say in the workforce that
Yeah,
the whole
the-
thing.
the-
So,
yeah, there's
so these
certain
men
things-
have used their privilege to make money to give to women. So it ends up being
At the end of the day, it's like a
it's
cycle.
you get. So
Most
the
of
people
us that are like most people that are hustling and trying to make money, we're doing it. If you're single, a lot of times you're
Yes.
trying to just get more ass.
Now the people who suffer it the most are the girls who decided to go a different route and
Yeah.
study, and the guys who are not making those huge amount of money. We're just in the middle there, just like
Yeah.
looking at everything and saying, "Oh, wow."
Yeah,
Say wow.
Yes,
So like I mean, but then that's just even the US. At least in the US, you have an opportunity to go to school
Yeah.
and come out and find a job.
Now let's talk
In
about
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
It's
That one
not
is
different.
confirmed. That one is like
You
if you
know,
have a big ass.
In Nigeria, it's different. In the US, you can still say, you can give me statistics of women who
Yeah.
are making this, and you're right.
Yeah, they make money.
But in Nigeria, it's there are women who make money, but not as many.
No,
It's a very, like, to be honest,
especially in someone
let's
like
be
Nigeria.
real. Like, how many women? Like, some people say, I know my friend is okay, but list them. Can you pinpoint what's the statistics?
And you see, here's the thing. It's not. So what he said, the tweet he made. I'm not saying it's a good thing.
It's not a good thing.
It's not a good
It's
thing.
just
It's a
facts.
reflection
of the society.
of the society that we're in.
Environment, yeah.
It just makes
So,
more sense.
you
If
see
you have a
this-
big ass,
you see these
it's-
chiefs.
It
Okay.
pays to have a big ass
See-
than it does to have a master's
Look at
in Nigeria.
you see all these
it's
chicks.
that
Okay,
simple.
look at you see all this look at Big Brother, for instance. This Big Brother Africa show. Or if I don't even look at Big Brother, look at the acting industry. First of all, almost everybody I see is an actress. But why is it that the actresses, oh well, okay, fine, it's 21st century, everybody's called an actor. Why is it that the female actors tend to be more successful in Nigeria than their male counterparts?
The male kind of
The female actors come out, they do one movie, 2 movies, they got a Mercedes.
Yeah.
They do another movie, they got a house in Lekki. They do another one, they got a Range Rover. And then the male ones who've been doing movies 10 years, 20 years before
struggling.
them don't
They're
even
struggling.
have a tenth of that. So are you telling me that it's the same movie we're acting that your paycheck came, my paycheck came? In a world where we all say it's a man's world, in a world where we say the pay gap is ridiculous for men and women, in a world where we argue that in this industry men get paid more, you're telling me that after all is said and done and we get our paychecks, you can buy a Mercedes and get a house in Lekki and I can't? what kind of pay gap is that? Reverse pay gap is that? So where is that coming from? Also, do you understand? Where is that coming from? Who is giving you these things that they're not, the men are you saying that you're very, very good at spending your money that your male counterparts can't?
It's an unfortunate
It's I've literally, like, I don't even want to give too much, but I've had someone confirm to me that they've seen such actresses hanging out with, you know, quote unquote, some of these men. They've seen it. They've literally been there and they've seen it. And the guys say, "Oh man, I saw them they do." They've seen it. So, but what happens? It's
and that's why Olosho culture in Niger.
It's big. It's huge. It's huge.
Olosho Shumaloyi for me. What
What
kamfa?
What do you mean?
What kamfa? Shoti mukoke. Abioni kata.
But it's the truth.
Yo, that nigga was dropping
Yeah,
some.
he
Yo,
was
dropping some bars.
Say,
He was
you
dropping
always
some bars.
spend the kind of money your father cannot
He
spend.
cannot spend on you.
But let's be honest.
Our no manners, zero belt with 1,000 trousers. Okay, but we should
That's
move.
the truth.
Yeah, it
the
is.
truth of the matter. It's not right.
It's not right. It's not right.
But
It's a reflection of our society right now.
It is. So in Nigeria, it is easier. You don't have to go to school once you have, and it's unfair to the girls who want to go to school. Yeah. It's unfair even for the guys.
It's sad.
It's sad too, because
reality.
these men that are spending this money, they're not even getting their money legitimately. They are the ones, politicians stealing money. Yeah. They are the fraudsters. So they themselves are not even doing. So the men who want to work hard, you just be looking at them like, God, when?
It's a vicious cycle, man.
It is a cycle, you know. So there is.
So what other songs would you say in Niger this Christmas is gonna be it? I got the list right here.
Unfortunately.
So what do you? I think Risky is gonna be up there.
No,
you don't think so? You think Risky is gonna come and go?
Bro, it's not gonna come and go, but it's not going to hit Christmas hard. Risky is not a jam. I was in a club recently out of town. They played Risky in the club. It's not that kind
really
of
a club.
jam.
You don't think it's a club jam?
It's not really that kind of. Joro will do better than Risky. You know, and
Joro
because
will.
the repetition of the the chorus, the chorus is what will help.
So you don't think Risky will?
It's not. It's a good.
It's
It's a pretty decent song.
But you admit Risky is gonna get streams.
Yes,
people are gonna listen to it.
People are gonna listen.
But you're
to
saying it's not gonna translate in the club.
Yes, Davido is a better artist than Naira Marley by far now, but Puta is going to hit the club
when that shit
hard.
drop,
Exactly.
man.
You know, it's like Risky is not a song. Ghetto Love self is not gonna do like it's not gonna do as well as Joro would do.
Yeah, Joro will do well.
Joro,
I can see Joro
will
banging
do
in
well,
the
but
club.
Ghetto Love not.
Did you see that clip of, I think it was Toke Makinwa that
she's too
Naira surprised her.
Look,
Naira is a movement, man. Malian dance, Malian army. That guy is a movement.
Control the crowd.
Control the crowd.
Rest of you fuck off. Nah.
So what are the songs?
I think Zlatan's Bolanle. I think this
Bolanle
new Gbeku that him and which will play in the middle at the end of this.
So Gbeku is starting to grow on me. Initially, I was like, but it's starting to grow on me.
I don't see any other Burner song like as far as the clubs, as far as streams. Burner's his whole album.
I think Lady is also gonna do well in the club.
Yeah, Lady will do well in the club. Rema. As Burner's his whole album is gonna continue doing well. The same way I think Risky will do well. But as far as like the jam that everybody's going to hear in the club and like lose their mind.
I feel like Soapy is still going to hit in the clubs this Christmas.
For this Christmas, I think it's Naira and Zlatan that. But let me tell you something funny.
Yeah.
Guess who has a show Christmas and who doesn't have a show Christmas?
Who?
Zlatan has a show this Christmas.
He does?
Naira doesn't.
In Niger?
Yeah, in Nigeria.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Let's keep having this Zlatan versus Naira conversation for a long time. I'm team Zlatan. Even though I like Puta a lot. I mean, well, let me stop saying Puta, but PXT. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I like the song a lot. But Zlatan, I believe Zlatan is a better all round artist.
I was gonna touch on Peruzzi to dropped an album.
Cardi is going to Nigeria.
Cardi B? Or Playboy Cardi? Which one?
Cardi B. What's her name?
This Christmas? Who else is going?
Meg the Stallion is going.
Meg is going. That's
Lagos shows.
That's gonna be lit, man.
Lagos shows December.
That's gonna be lit.
Yeah.
I wonder if her husband is going with her. Cardi's
This
husband.
guy is there now. Yeah, Cardi B is headed to Nigeria and Ghana this December.
Who else? And this is for all of you that are traveling back home. This is some good information.
There was
to know.
someone who put a date of like every show, and I just didn't save that picture. If I ever find it out,
Okay.
reference it. Okay, top 10. This was last year. We're going.
Okay. I'm gonna switch gears from Afrobeat. Anything else you want to cover? An Afrobeat? I want to touch on the Kanye album now. Fireboy, which one?
Coming out with
With an album?
It came out already, I think.
Which one? Which album?
It's an album or EP.
Or EP?
Yeah, it's a couple songs on Fireboy.
I know he has that.
It's called Laughter, Tears, and Goosebumps, and it has 13 songs. It's not yet out yet. It's coming out.
It's coming out. That's an album though.
That's an album. Yeah, 13
All right,
songs.
but switching gears. I don't know who might have heard the new Kanye album, but that shit, I
Jesus
love
is
that
King.
album. Jesus is King.
Yeah.
It dropped November. It dropped like almost like a week and a half ago. It for me, I think that we're in a pivotal moment in hip hop, where now while they picture everything you see with hip hop videos, hip hop songs, all that, right? And I'm gonna play this video for you. It's a track off the Kanye album. It's called "Follow God," and I'm not a religious man by any means. I'm not, but I recognize good music when I hear it, and I cannot. You cannot. No matter what you feel about Kanye, his controversial takes, all that stuff, the man to me is a musical genius. Now I'm gonna play this video for you. I'm gonna pause it midway. If you have any comment, give it. Okay, Wale. So this is the first time you're seeing the video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want you to just give your commentary and tell me what you think, because it's different from what you see, from what you're used to with hip hop videos. This is "Follow God," and it's the lead single off of Kanye's album "Jesus is King." It's the
Are you
third.
playing the whole song?
No, I'm about to play the video.
Are you playing the whole video?
So this will be like a reaction video, basically. Have you ever seen one of those reaction videos?
yeah.
Okay. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Are you watching?
I think so.
God.
All right, hold on.
Like what does it really mean to follow God? Like as I stand here today,
How long is the video?
I'm reminded.
It's a
of
short
the
song.
first
It's like
time
2.5 minutes.
I know. I just wondered, did you put extra in the video?
my children ever got an opportunity to be in snow. And when we walked outside in the snow, they were very fearful in terms of the steps that they would take. And what I did was I walked in front of them and I took steps and I said to them, instead of creating your own footprints,
Just follow.
walk in the footprints that I've already.
You know who that is?
Stretch my hands to you.
Life like, this is what your life like. Try to live your life right. People really know you push your buttons like type right. This is like a movie, but it's really very lifelike. Every single
Don't
night,
tell me
right?
that they did
Every
try the
single
video.
fight, right? I was looking at the camera and I
Right,
was
obviously.
like,
Wait, just give it some time. But do you know what? Do you know the context of all this?
Looking for a bright light, seagull with your light.
You know he keeps talking
playing.
about
Keep
his
playing it.
acres that he has in Wyoming.
So you went to show us.
That's
it.
this is the ultimate flex.
Just play it.
Like riding on a white bike, feeling like a sight bike, pressing on the gas, supernova for a night light, dreaming at my dad. And
Now he's got this. I don't know what it is, like a Batman truck, like 4-wheeler. I'm not sure what it is, but it's this weird looking truck.
getting Christ-like, but no.
And he's on his 4,000 acres of land in Wyoming. I mean, it looks like he's got like mountains on his land. It's crazy.
Nobody never tell you when you're being like Christ. Only ever seeing me, only when they needing me. Like if Tyler Perry made a movie for BT, searching for a deity. Now you wanna see it free. Now you wanna see it free. Let you see it 3 apiece. Tell me what your life like. Turn it down a bright light. Driving with my dad and he told me it ain't Christ-like. I'm just trying to find. I've been looking for a new way. I'm just really trying not to really do the fool way. I don't have a cool way. Being on my best though. Lockable to
You see that truck?
I wonder how much.
What
it
the
paid.
fuck is
I wonder
that?
how much it paid.
This looks like a fucking toy, man. Like a grown
I wonder how much it paid.
for this truck.
Yeah.
This is not a normal
Not the truck.
tractor.
I
This is not a
mean,
normal
not the
tractor.
truck. I mean the land.
The land. I don't know, but he said it's 4,000 acres. That's a lot of fucking land. That's like a country.
What
Nothing else
would you
next
want to
though.
do?
Not another word, let a picture or a decimal. Wrestling with God, I don't
Hold
really
on.
want to
You
wrestle.
can't stop it. But what do you want to do with 4,000 acres in Wyoming?
So
I
I'll
guess
tell
he
you.
can
I'll tell you.
I guess he can raise something there.
No, he has. No, he has a ranch. No, but I'll tell you his plan. He wants to bring Yeezy factory, and that's where he wants to build his like Yeezy factory.
It's not gonna happen.
Well, why do you think it won't happen? You just don't believe it'll happen.
I don't believe it will happen.
I mean, his
Unless-
country is worth
unless-
his company is worth over $1 billion now.
I'd say
Yeezy's worth over $1 billion.
maybe if Trump wins second term.
Perhaps.
It happens.
So one of the conspiracies is that part of why he's also buddies with Trump is that he's getting tax breaks.
Yes, that's what I
and
said. I
apparently he
believe
got
it.
like a $63 million
believe
tax
that's what I
break
said, maybe
last year, and he thank God, he
Yeah, I
thanked
believe it.
Jesus.
So if Trump stays president, I think, and there's no knock on his hustle. If I'm friends with the president, or
Yeah, he's got a direct line to Trump.
I would use. I say, bro, look,
And-
let's just tell them we are bringing jobs to America and all that stuff.
No,
Alpha.
but that's what he's been saying, that he's bringing jobs to America. But check this out, because
Man, it's really
Let's get into one of my favorite
everything in
parts.
my life. Arguing with my dad and he said it ain't
obviously that's his
Christ-like.
dad.
Man, you know
He's
it's
doing donuts on this tractor.
somebody only close you could get you like off your. I be on my. I woke up this morning, I said my prayers, I'm all doing good. I try to talk to my dad to get him some advice. He starts spazzing on me. I start spazzing back. He said, they ain't Christ like. I said,
You see why I talked about his love for fishing. About 42 years ago, my dad was my best friend. Actually, America, 24,000 black. Yeah, it's funny because when I saw both of them, I was like, man, it's two black men staying on a
4,000 acre land.
ranch. Yeah, it's bad.
And I think that's the message he was trying to send. You know that he did some big boy interviews. I'll play a little clip afterwards. But I think that's the message he's trying to send. Now, whether you agree with his politics or not, that's a whole different issue. But I think when it comes to hip hop, we've been lacking like another direction. Don't get me wrong. I still love the ratchet stuff. I still love the whatever, all the ratchet thing that comes with it. But as a grown ass man, right, I can relate more to this. You know what I'm saying? Like positivity. And I don't think we have enough of that. He's showing his dad, embracing his dad, showing his love for his dad, showing land. And I think these kind of images are very powerful within the black community. That's just my opinion. But that's why I really like the video. I think it's a completely different direction from what you're used to. From seeing bottle popping, girls twerking. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy that too. But if that's all that we're ever seeing, you know, how does the genre grow? And yeah, so
Is that really all we're ever seeing?
for the most part, can you think of the last video that you enjoyed, music video that you saw that didn't have some girls twerking in there?
When Logic tries it, they be clowning him. When
Logic?
when he tries to do his.
See that and I think that's another
You got
problem.
Joe Budden and his people.
I know.
Clowning him.
I
and
know.
They don't want to hear
They
it.
even
and
they say stuff like he's not white,
there's
he's not black.
He's not black. You hear a lot of stuff, and then but then
Like
when-
some people are offended that he uses the N word,
Then when-
Logic, and he's half black.
But you guys allow Tekashi to use it. You know, it's like
And look at Tekashi now.
you guys like, man, people confused.
I know. I
To
know.
be honest, I'm tired. I'm not tired, but like I'm fed up with trying to I just feel like everybody just do what makes you happy.
I guess.
If it's good to see, like, it's inspirational. I mean, you wake up and say, when you see a Jay-Z, I mean, I don't agree with a lot of things Kanye does, but when you see a Jay-Z or Kanye or Diddy, you know, when you see them, first, this is 3 different personalities, but they're at the top. I think none of them is billionaire yet, right?
Jay-Z is the only one
Jay-Z's the
that's
only one.
officially
Okay,
a billionaire.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when you see them, I mean, when Jay-Z sends out a rollie with his
I saw that.
IV, some people can say
For I think it was for his charity, right?
Some people can say
for
Rolex,
invitations, right?
so
He
it's
sent out Rolex
for
Daytonas
for the VIPs, and that's like a
for VIP
40K
passes, like about
watch,
40,000.
yeah.
Yes.
Now, some people can claim that Rolex sponsored it or whatever, but do you know how much power or pull you have to have, even if that was the case, for Rolex to be like, all right, we got you, we're going to throw in
as aspirational, man.
You're going through it, and where people get it wrong is, and that's why I wrote that tweet. I said from today on, identify as a billionaire, because where people get this thing wrong is you see all these things and either you envy and hate and try and find explanations to why they have like, oh, why is he sending out that, oh, Rolex sponsored it, or you think it's really out of your reach.
Yeah.
There should be inspirations for you. So Kanye's thing, I thought about it. I said, why does he have a 40,000 acre land? Like
4,000, yeah.
4,000. It's amazing to have a 4,000 acre land. I'm just wondering why Wyoming? Do you understand, of all places? Because that video, there's snow and
I
everything.
think part of it is tax breaks. I think part of it is the regulations aren't as strict.
But when I was watching the video and I saw him and his dad, I didn't even know this message was coming at the end. I said, dang, it's two black men standing on a 4,000 acre.
Yeah.
Like, how do I get there? So, and then it puts the message there where his dad says a black man. And that's what we're supposed to get from all these things.
Yeah. I mean, I saw this video and the first thing I started thinking about is like, dude, I need land. I need to just have some land.
Yeah, and you saw. I said, I wonder how much it costs. Because when I saw, I was like, I wonder how much it costs to get land in Wyoming for that. So, but obviously, and that's what they try to do. But everybody, when Logic's singing 1-800, do you know how many people?
I know they clowned him.
Do you know how many people he prevented from committing
the
suicide?
The hip hop community did not embrace
is a very
him.
toxic
It did not
environment.
embrace
They don't want to change. Even Akon coming out to say stuff like chains he bought, like he doesn't want to buy them.
He said he
more.
regrets it.
He regrets
He
putting
said he
a
regrets
gas
it.
station in his house. It's
That was
because
some dumb shit, man.
you think about how practical is it to maintain a gas station in your house than you driving 2 blocks.
Was he on drugs? Like, what
He
was he thinking?
flexing. Do you understand?
That's
Now you need to go
crazy.
2 blocks and buy gas. But the flip side of this narrative too, they've started this their narrative. What's his name? Jack, the CEO of. Is this CEO? Of,
Jack Dorsey.
the one of
Twitter,
Twitter, yeah.
yeah.
He's in Nigeria now. They've started with their bullshit. Oh, a white man who's worth 4 million is wearing a plain t-shirt. And nigga, shut the fuck up. I don't like that stuff also.
Yeah.
I don't like when we then become condescending on how people are. Bro, if I like to flex and I have 4 billion, I'll still dress the same way I'm dressing up. If I will even be worse.
Yeah.
Because I can afford it. As long as I can afford it, it's good. But if a white guy who's swaggerless but has money wants to dress that way, then that's his. Well, you go to Jack's house and you'll be seeing paintings worth more than the whole of Nigeria, and then you won't tell me he wasted his money on that. But so that narrative of I'm trying to get, like, we have 2 spectrums. We have a spectrum of, like, hip hop always feels very, I have to show off my stuff, and I'm fine with it as long as you can afford it.
Yeah.
Don't go broke trying to show off your Rolex. But aspire to be like Jay-Z, to hand out Rolex, or to call the company and say, hey, I'm doing something. Can you guys, partner with me? I want to give out Daytonas.
I think.
Or I want to get a 4,000 acre land in Wyoming. Have you ever thought about owning 4,000 acres in the States before?
No.
Now it's on your mind.
It's in my.
Do you
I know
understand
it's
now?
possible.
Yeah, it's in your mind.
I know it's fucking possible.
So I do like that message. It's in your mind. It's possible.
Yeah, I like, and and then Jay-Z, we also have to give credit to Jay-Z too. For the 444 album too was also aspirational. It wasn't about
But I
the
feel like
same
a lot
old
of them
things.
just listened to it and just felt
and
like
they kind of like just
yeah, that's
moved on
true.
to the
Jay-Z
next
is cool,
thing.
but they moved on to the next thing and
it'll take time. It'll take time. I think it'll take time. I think we start seeing things like this.
even this Jesus is King. So many people out there trying to tell me how it is not a gospel album, how it's not about Christianity. Like, dude, shut up.
All he's talking about is Jesus on
Like,
the album.
shut
All
up.
he's talking about is God
because
on
he's
the
not your
album.
traditional singing with the choir, in the church, in this thing. This is preaching more love than most of your.
It's positivity,
This is more
man.
positivity than most of your pastors preach. Most of your pastors preach hate.
Yeah, man.
So, but because he's not in the traditional, he's not singing it in the traditional way. Then also because you know of him as someone who, what offense has he, what sin has he committed that you know of? Do you understand? But because you say, oh, he pops bottles, he does this, he does that, he's living this fast life, this worldly life, but you don't know how most of these pastors you guys worship when they're behind the pulpit. You don't know what they're doing.
No, you have no idea.
So if a man like Kanye wants to come out and give us good music, I like the album.
I love the
I
album.
like the
man.
album.
I love the album.
Good. It doesn't always have to be Yolanda
I love the
Adams
album.
and Kirk Franklin and what's that white guy that always goes to Nigeria?
What's the middle song again? Remind me. You just said what it was.
Fireboy. No, Joe Boy and Miyoko.
Okay.
It doesn't always have to be all of them that sing that the only people allowed to sing gospel music. They don't always have to always be pastors too.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't like.
You just
you
need
can
someone
put
that
the
can.
middle one, the second one.
That one. Oh, there's an actual video for it.
It doesn't
All right.
have to be. Yeah.
But before we go on, was there anything else you wanted to touch on just music in general? Because we're moving into other things after our
No,
break.
that's it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I love the album.
I like it.
I
the
liked
music thing.
pretty much every track, man. The only track I wasn't crazy about was I think it was the last track. But
I
there's this
also
other song.
wonder how much Chick-fil-A paid him though.
Oh yeah, he's got that song "Closed on Sundays."
My
Yo,
guy
my
gave-
Chick-fil-A.
My guy gave Chick-fil-A a shout out.
So can you take us into the break, Wale?
Yeah, this is Fireboy. No, Joe Boy. I mean, I keep missing them. Joe Boy and Miyoko. And
it's
the
called?
song is called "Don't Call Me Back." I think Miyoko said his verse was about his ex.
Okay. All right. Let's check it out.
Oxygen mix.
All right. That was Joe Boy Miyoko.
Don't call me back. Oh.
Yeah, it's a nice song. It's a nice track. Nice track. I think there's something about certain melodies that I feel like I enjoyed, but it's one of those songs that I feel like I'm gonna get tired of.
What, this one?
Yes, like very very soon. But you know, it's a nice track. It's a nice track. It's a nice track. What else do we have on the agenda here? Oh yeah, I have one thing on the agenda that I need to bring up. Oh yeah, for our listeners, I caught Wale in a pick me moment recently.
I caught your daddy in a pick
I
me
caught
moment.
Wale in a pick me moment.
I caught your
Let me quote the
Baba,
tweet.
I looked in
Let me
pick
quote the
moment.
tweet. So someone tweeted, right?
Someone could tell that what
Okay, it had to do with. Yeah, hold on, let me pull
this
it
thing
up.
is pointless because you're going to argue. I'm not ready.
Look, I caught you in a pick me moment. Just admit.
Your daddy. Mr.
I caught you in a pick me
Caught
moment.
Mr. Family One.
Don't tell me this guy has deleted the fucking tweet.
Which guy?
The original tweet.
Oh, you can't find it.
Damn it.
He did. Maybe he realized his stupidity in the tweet.
Okay, so I'll just say what was in the tweet. Some random guy, right, tweeted on his Twitter account. He said he saw a girl, right?
A 12-year-old girl.
No context. So he just said he saw a
12-year-old
12-year-old girl
Pregnant.
that was pregnant.
Yes.
And then right after he said, my followers, whatever, please make sure
So you saw a 12-year-old girl pregnant.
yes.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
And the solution he offered.
No, he didn't say solution or anything.
offered a
He didn't say solution. Shut the fuck up.
offered a
He didn't say no damn solution. He said, you people might monitor your daughters. That's what he said. Monitor your daughters. And this is going to segue into
My
the
guy
other
saw
conversation.
a 12-year-old girl pregnant on
Yes.
the street and said it was sad.
Yes.
And he ended the tweet with
Monitor your daughters.
Monitor your daughters.
Yes.
Now,
Now,
hold
someone
on.
then
Now, mutual-
replied.
now,
Let me finish
mutual-
the story now. Someone then
Okay.
replied him. Someone said, I'm hoping you know that if a 12-year-old turns up pregnant, she has been raped.
Okay.
Assuming that you know this, I doubt you do. I hope you also realize that the onus is not on parents to monitor daughters,
Okay, so
but it is on men
So
not to
I
rape.
saw the-
I hope you know all this.
Okay.
Wale now came in and it was a girl that replied, from a feminist girl that replied him.
Yes. I
Wale
think
now
that's
came in
the
and said,
problem that's affecting you.
imagine, to them, the issue can be solved by her parents keeping an eye on her
tell me where I
24/7.
put inside that
SMH, shaking my head.
Okay, so now you see
This guy says
the
monitor
origin-
your
hold on,
daughters,
hold on,
and Wale
hold
has
on,
a problem
hold
with
on.
that.
I do have a problem with it.
Why? Explain.
So he puts a tweet about seeing a 12-year-old. There's one childbirth. Yeah, different arguments as to why she's pregnant. She could have been raped. She could have had sex with another 12-year-old.
Yes.
She could have had
Consensual sex.
sex with a 16-year-old.
But she's still a 12-year-old.
But she's still a 12-year-old. Anything could have happened. But she's pregnant.
Yes.
Now, it's disgusting. Be it that it's legal. In some countries or states, it's legal to marry at minors. I think it's a very disgusting thing. So, however she arrived at that,
Yes.
to me, it's disgusting.
Yes.
I don't want to see it. I
Yes.
don't want it near me. I don't want it in the environment.
And if you had a 12-year-old daughter, would you want to monitor her to make
Hold
sure
on.
she doesn't?
So how that happens? Now, you tell me after this that it's sad. I agree with you completely. It's sad. And then your follow-up is parents monitor your daughter.
Yes.
So my question then is, do you think the parent did not monitor the girl?
Possibly.
Do you
Possibly.
think that...
Possibly.
What does monitor your daughter mean?
To make sure.
And in my tweet,
that
I said something about 24/7.
he never said 24/7.
I said
He just said monitor your
I
daughter.
said it because the only way you can prevent your kid from having intercourse with someone else is if you're there 24/7.
Okay.
Bro, they go to school.
Okay.
They go to after lessons. They go to birthday parties. They go to places. So are you going to be with your child 24/7 to prevent her or him from having sex? And
No.
then why is it parents monitor your daughter
Yes.
specifically? Why not parents monitor your kid?
Because girls usually are the ones that get pregnant.
Okay, so girls are the one get pregnant, but she had. So let's say it's a very
and
horrible
there's more at
situation.
stake with
But
girls.
let's just say the best case scenario, even though it's in this worst situation, is that she had consensual sex with a fellow minor.
Yes.
2 people.
Yes.
Why are we only monitoring one?
I agree. We should probably monitor
And
boys
then,
too.
and then this didn't come from one. In fact, you reading.
Why is it a bad
Hold on, you
idea
reading,
to say
you
monitor
reading,
your daughters?
you reading,
That's what
you
I want to
reading
know. Why is that
you
a bad
reading
thing?
the quote unquote feminist tweet? Is even this is actually the first time I actually even seen the whole tweet in full, but because I saw, you know how Twitter is, when you retweet, you see what they retweeted now. It's nicer now because you see exactly what they're retweeting.
Yeah.
But there's a countless, and it's not just, maybe it's just I'm just fed up of it. It's not just the guy, but it comes up this issue of, now the worst case scenario, she got raped, but this issue of sex and girls, you're right, girls are the ones who lose more, but we keep this whole, we put the only pressure on the girls. They're 2 people. Girls can't get themselves pregnant.
We're not saying keep pressure on the girls. We're just saying you need to
So
monitor your.
why are you
but
monitoring?
you will admit that the way
Have you growing
you
up-
will admit that if you have a boy and a girl, right? You will agree that yes, you need to look after both of them, but you will agree that you probably have to.
You can be a little more, you can shield one more.
Yes.
But why is it that, and I asked you this in the group, I said, growing up, do you think anybody had to monitor their daughter from you? Till today, do you think anybody has to monitor their daughter from you? And why is that? Did your parents...
Look, there are going to be rapists out there regardless. So we can't do anything
and
about
have
that.
you, as a guy, let's talk about back in the days, as a guy, you and I know
Yes.
that there have been babes that their parents have locked up in the house, but they still find a way to sneak out and come and see us. It happens in...
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yes, it does.
So to me, it's like, why is that? It's just the I know where that guy is coming from. It's hard to say exactly that, but I know where that guy is coming from.
So you don't have a problem with him saying monitor your daughters?
It's kids, say kids,
Why kids?
because it's 2 people.
But he was talking about a 12-year-old girl that got pregnant.
Okay, so why is it? What's there to monitor? Why is it just her? Why are you
Because she-
monitoring just her? Why can't you say monitor? Like,
Because
why you
if you
putting
have
the
a
blame-
daughter,
then
he's just talking about if you have a
then
daughter,
you
your
follow up-
your daughter can get pregnant
then
by
follow
somebody.
up on the. I'm surprised. I wish you didn't delete the tweet. So follow up on the Twitter, and then you see a lot of other examples that talk, not just him, but
No, they're
people,
going to be putting
people
that
talking
write
about
negative
how
stuff.
not negative, but people even talking about how come to the north is even that one is even better, and then people like, and then you start seeing stories that happen in Nigeria of people saying, like, with the one teacher raped a child and the guy in charge came out to say that it's not rape because they were in a relationship. They, now it seems like the blame in that situation is always put towards girls. You're right, this might have not been rape, but either way is true. If you can teach a 12-year-old boy that, bro, a 12-year-old, you should not be having sex.
Yeah, definitely.
Be it with a 12-year-old girl or an 18-year-old girl.
Definitely.
You should not be, because guys too get raped.
Definitely.
These kids get taken advantage of. You find out a lot
Yes.
of we fantasize, we like sex as men. We don't see it.
But
you
girls
see,
are more vulnerable.
Yes, girls are as men. You hear a teacher of 20 something, 30 something had sex with a 14-year-old boy, and you see a lot of people say stuff like, what's the big deal?
So let me ask you something. Are you denying that you had a pick me moment?
It's not a pick me moment.
are
I
you-
don't believe the answer is monitor your girls. I believe in terms of however, either it was consensual or rape, 12-year-old kids should not be having sex, be it boy or girl. Stop saying parents monitor your
So you
girl.
just have a problem with him just saying
Yes, that's it.
you have a problem with people saying people telling
Parents to monitor their daughters.
Why would you have?
Why
a
is that
problem
the
with
solution?
No, he's not saying that's a solution, but that I think that's just good advice.
And then you're then making it seem like the parents did not monitor that girl. It's the same. Okay,
no, we don't know if she did.
Let me put
but as a precaution.
Let me put a flip side to it.
So wait, let me ask you something. If you see someone break into a house right now and then you go on Twitter and you say, you guys, please make sure you lock your doors. Would you now say, no, why'd you have to
No,
talk
but
about locking your doors? Why can't you talk about the people that are breaking into it?
No,
that's
but
the same thing.
But that's a
it's
different,
the same exact thing.
But in that environment,
Yeah.
we have in that same environment, we have rules in place to catch those who break in also. It's a consequence to breaking in.
Yes.
In our environment, there's no consequence to child marriage. There's no consequence to... Now they just put in a bill now about rape.
Yeah.
They're getting 14 years now or something like that. They just put it in. Like recently, like as per last week or something like that.
Yeah.
In our environment, it's the mindset. How can a man...
So your message today, Wale, is that parents should not monitor their daughters.
Don't say parents should not...
That's what you're
Kids,
saying.
Parents should monitor both their daughters and sons.
Okay,
Their
but
kids.
it can be both, right?
It can be both.
So, but what?
Don't isolate it to one gender.
You're tripping, man.
Both.
Which brings me to my next conversation. T.I. What do you think?
So monitor is the monitoring now. He has gone out and has got to go take that advice to his head.
So for those that don't know, let me even play the clip. T.I. was recently in some hot water. He was on a podcast with some ladies, and all right, this is it.
The high school now.
It's Deja, right? She's 18,
yes,
right?
Deja's 18, just graduated high school.
He's talking
now.
about his daughter.
She's attending her first year of college, figuring it out for herself. And yes, not only have we had the conversation, we have yearly trips to the gynecologist to check her height.
Oh, hey.
I'm done with you right now.
So, you know.
Do you
the
go
birthday
with her?
party-
She's a prisoner.
Yes, I go with her.
Somebody check on Deja.
I go with her.
She's a
and-
prisoner.
So let me tell you, right? So this is one time we go. I think this might have been after her 16th birthday. And this is what we do. Like, right after the birthday, we celebrate. And,
We go and check her hymen after.
And then,
What the fuck?
usually like the day after the party, she's enjoying her gifts. I put a sticky note on the door. Gyno. Tomorrow,
This thing is
9:30.
wild.
Oh, this is great.
And so look, right? So we'll go. You know what I mean? We'll go and we sit down. We'll sit down, and the doctor will come and talk. And the doctor's maintaining a high level of professionalism. He's like, well, sir, I have to. In order for me to share information, I say, Deja, they want you to sign this. They want you to
Sign this right now.
They want you to sign
I need to
this,
know if your hymen's still there.
so we can share information. Is there anything that you would not want me to know? Oh, okay. See, Doc, ain't no problem.
You are the worst.
And so then, right? Then they come and say, okay, well, I just want you to know that there are other ways besides sex that the hymen can be broken.
Right.
Like bike riding,
Really?
athletics, horseback riding.
That's aggressive. That is aggressive
And
writing.
just other forms of athletic physical activity.
Is she an athlete?
No.
Yeah. Wild.
That's what happens when they say parents monitor their
Wild.
daughter. That's
Okay.
the prime
Okay. Of
example
course,
right
you can
there.
argue that. Okay, he might be going a bit too far, right?
This is family at the end of the day.
But it is his daughter,
It's
right?
his family. Yeah. It's not my business.
What's your take?
It's not my business. I think he's on some next level
Do
shit.
you think he went? Do you think he went too
I
far?
think he's
though?
OD, man.
You think so? So
Dude,
I think
I can't-
so. This
if
happened.
I don't think
Apparently,
he went too far,
allegedly,
yeah.
this happened around when she was like 16 years old. I don't think he does it anymore because she's 18 now.
Even doing it in the first place. Let me give you another example of why I find this thing weird, or I'm not. It's first of all, it's their business.
Yes.
But there was a day I was in church years ago in a Nigerian church in Nigeria, and for whatever reason, I think some girl got pregnant for, guess what? Oh no, not a pastor. Okay, that was a different story.
Was it the choir master? The choir master is always
Those
an
ones are
show.
always a choir master. There's one church in
Those are
America.
not shower.
One church in America. I can't go to that place again. That choir master.
Yeah, no.
The same mouth you are using to sing into the microphone. Oh,
They're
Lord.
always very charismatic, and they
bros.
can sing. And you know, girls like guys
Bros,
that
I
can
like
sing
that guy
again.
like to the chop yash. That guy, and he wants to use that same mouth to tell me, praise the Lord, God punish you. But yeah, but this one, so a girl got pregnant while she was in college, and the main pastor, just owner of the church, just kind of got upset and said basically he's, this is the last time they're going to dedicate a child outside of, marriage. So, I mean, it's his church. He has every right to say that. So in the process of him preaching and just being upset, everybody has what gets them upset. He decided to do something that till today I'm not in support of, which is ask the youth in the church,
Who is a virgin?
no, to come and sow their virginity to Christ.
Wait, did she come out and what?
Sow their virginity to Christ.
Okay.
I mean, I don't lie. I can lie.
Wait, I don't understand. So that means he's assuming they're all virgins,
Yes.
and to just
come and
make
sow
a
it.
promise.
Yeah, promise. So
But what if you do your virginity is over there?
first of all, Momsy first carry face come out. Just say this boy will not embarrass the church. But I noticed one thing. I saw a whole lot of people go up, and I was one of my boys and we're talking, and I was like, I'm pretty sure there's a large percentage of those people are not virgins. And what you've done now is you forced them to lie in front of their parents, and you can't lie to God now, but so this thing. And I thought that was OD. So thinking that is OD is the same reason why I think what T.I. is doing is OD. Is like, you can't really control somebody's virginity. Do you understand? Like,
there's only so much.
And goes back to my monitor thing, and maybe that just triggered the oath. It's like, bro, there's only so much you can do. Unless you start doing wild shit like this, where every
wild.
day you're like,
going
do you
on
understand?
the day after her
the day after-
birthday,
so
knocking on her door.
and
Let
this
us
thing-
go and check your
and
vagina.
this thing can have psychological issues or not, but it's their family. They're probably a happy family, but unless you're doing wild stuff like that, the only thing I think you can do is just try and educate your kids
To the best of your
to
ability.
the best of your ability.
But you still have to monitor your kids. though.
Obviously, you're not going to leave. Yes, your kids. The word is kids. But, both male and female. But you're not going to just leave. Sure, you're not going to leave your child in the hands of a stranger or someone who's known to have those tendencies and stuff. You will monitor them, but maybe that's just the word monitor that just doesn't sit right with me. Because to me, monitor is kind of like what Tia is doing now. Is like, you have to be on their neck, like how far you are going on a date. I'm sitting there.
The funny
watching.
thing is, she can be getting it up the ass.
She
anyways.
can't exactly. Is he going to
And
monitor
she
that
can
one
be-
too?
She can
Dude,
be.
as I said,
she can
I've
be
seen-
sucking dick too.
I've seen
And that's-
girls
you know what I'm
who
saying?
their parents lock them up in the house, and then the one opportunity where maybe a parent goes for a night shift or somebody travels out of the country, the second they leave the house,
That's
they
it.
have not even reached the highway. The girls are out of the house.
That's it.
So and that's what happens. But,
But you asked me a question earlier. You said growing up,
yeah.
do you think it was okay for parents to have hid girls from me?
I said, do you think any parent
Should have hid girls from
hid
me
any?
growing
Yeah,
up?
growing up,
Growing up?
monitored. Yeah. Do you think they specifically was like I'm saying, what did your parents do that made you believe that?
I'll
okay,
tell you this. I had all intentions to, like, if I was around girls, I wasn't there to go and gist with them.
Yes, but were you there to try and rape them?
No, not
Or
rape.
get them pregnant? Exactly.
Not rape. But but that doesn't mean I had good intentions.
Yeah, but when you had it, was consent.
You don't have it doesn't have to be rape for it to be good intention. Like I still had intentions to want
So
to
at
get
12
in
years
their
old,
pants.
you were trying to get in their pants at 12 years old.
Oh hell! I think at least from, well, I won't say 12. I wasn't that wild at 12, but definitely in my teens. You hit puberty, and we're all horny and we want to get some.
Okay.
Not forcefully, but you would always try to talk girls into doing anything that you could
But
get
the
away
girls-
with.
The girls who said no, were their parents there to tell them no?
Were their parents there to tell them no? No.
The girls themselves
No.
just felt
Well, most of the time, they just knew better.
knew better. How
They
do
knew
you- How
better.
do you know better?
They,
It's not by monitoring your hymen.
no, you're right. It's not by monitoring your hymen,
Yes.
but it's all. But
And then you knew
But-
better
but
to
you
not
have to be-
force. You knew better to not rape.
No, I knew better. Of course, I knew better
So
to
the
not rape.
two coming in hand prevented a situation from escalating.
But I knew girls that.
The girls that know
But
better
I
and
knew-
still want it to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I knew
Yes.
there were girls that knew better, and I knew girls that had intercourse with older men, younger girls.
Yes, but that wasn't right.
And in that case, no, it wasn't right. But in that case, like they were the ones that sought out those men.
Yes, and those men should know better.
And those
to
girls
say-
weren't being monitored.
Yes, and those
Like
even
the
ones
parents
that
will be out, the mom will be out, they'll be working,
But
and
have you
then
heard-
they'll leave the kids alone at home.
Yes,
no,
but
you need to monitor your kids to
But
an
have you
extent.
heard pastors' children are always the worst?
Yeah, they're always the worst.
Yeah, so
they
even
tend to be
that,
the worst.
they tend to be the
You're right.
worst.
Look, there's no absolutes here. There's no absolutes
I
here.
think that word monitor just, yes, educate is better. Educate your kids.
Educate,
Both male and female.
but you also need to monitor, and you need to make sure that they don't wind up in like the wrong hands.
Yes,
They don't get
you need to-
manipulated into doing
you
things
need to-
that they'll regret later on. Because
Yes.
kids are impressionable. That's the reason why kids are very impressionable, and it doesn't take much to convince a kid that. I mean, they say our brains are not even fully developed to 25 years old. So imagine what a 13, 14, 15-year-old girl
You're right.
that
You
has
see-
hit
they see-
puberty is like.
But
That's
they
horny.
they see what's going on online. They see social media. They see the attention their friends who are like wearing bras and have boobs and
Yeah.
stuff are getting. and
especially
they
these days.
Yeah, and they want it, But a child who knows better knows that yes, I might want attention, but that's probably the most I want. And as how far am I going to go to get that attention? It's not.
I
that
think
far.
part of it too is also some people you just have to be lucky to just have.
And
the
sometimes
right
you have
kid.
to be yes.
You have to be lucky,
But I believe in the society, and then the man who sure is
Mm-hmm.
16, bro, you're in your 30s. If a 12, 13, 14, 15, and a minor basically comes to seek you out. Let's say you were single,
Mm-hmm.
you would still know better than dude, like, no, I don't want this.
No, they're always gonna. Like, you can't
But
you
there
can't
are
say
men-
you can't say it's on the men.
Yeah,
Look,
but there are
there
men
are always
who-
predators out there.
Yeah, but
there
there are
predators.
men who don't even see it as being a predator, because at that point, so there are men who will tell you they never raped a girl, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But that same man is fine with the 15, 16-year-old girl coming up to him and offering him consensual sex. As long as he's not raping her, he's fine. But he doesn't care that she's 15
Yeah, that's why you need
because
to
he doesn't know
sometimes-
better.
That's why sometimes you need to monitor your daughters because they're savages out there. But here's my take on the whole TI thing. I think it's
I think
look,
it's just wild.
it's his daughter and
He's allowed
whatever
to-
works for
he's
them.
allowed to
Apparently, the
do-
daughter was even liking tweets of people abusing her dad.
Nah, you know,
the
you
daughter
can't,
was
you
liking
can't
the
abuse.
tweets.
You see, when it comes to family issues like that, you can't.
Yeah,
you-
it's up to him
it's
how
really
he
up
chooses
to
to.
him.
The only thing I wanted to point out though is there is a bit of hypocrisy there too though, because
course, 'cause, you know what I
Ti
mean?
has rapped, he has had videos of doing all sorts of things to other people's
And
daughters.
growing up, you have
You know what I'm saying? So there is a bit of that hypocrisy there, and
No.
that's why when I look back in my life and I'm like, if I had a daughter, I know I would probably be a little bit more protected because I've been there. I know what the psychology of a young boy is.
Yes, now.
We're always trying to get some from
want to run
from the
game.
minute our kidney get hard. We know what we're supposed to do with it, or we know what we think we're supposed to do with it. But I don't want to belabor this point. I think we both agree that look, at the end of the day, Ti is going to do what he
wants-
feels is
he's
necessary,
allowed to do
and,
it.
and I'm going to respect that. It's not that's
Even
not
if he
me.
wants to do it till she's
And
35,
and
so-
as long as no, she can't. Once she's 18, she has a.
Did you not say she just signed it at 18?
No, so this was something that he used to do when she was 16. I don't think he does it. I don't
No,
think
he just
still
said she
does.
signed the paperwork.
Yes, but that was back when she was 16.
Okay.
That was back when she was 16.
Look,
she's 18 now.
Even if, like I said, even if he wants to do it to 35, it's his headache, it's his family.
It is.
I mean, at that point when she turns
It
18,
is.
or now she's eligible to say
Some people are.
she's still under his. She still makes money
the
from him.
feminist, yes, and she lives under his roof.
She lives under his roof,
As long
so
as you live
he's-
under.
He's still able. That's why I said, man, he's still able
If
to
you
do
live in
whatever he
under
wanna
my
do.
roof, it's my rules.
Exactly. So
Some people argue that the feminists argue that she needs to like he can't be in her space like
and
that.
they should go and be paying her bills now.
Abi.
Give her a house to live.
Abi,
Hey, when people tell you people how to live their life, we can all agree that that shit wild.
it is.
But
It's kind of
it's
extreme.
their family. It's not my family.
It
He's
is.
not doing
It
it to
is.
my
It
family
is what
members.
it
He's
is.
doing it to his own family members.
Which
Yeah.
brings me to my next topic. Since we're on the topic of Twitter trends, right? Did you follow that Twitter red flags trend?
I did.
That shit
was
was
funny.
That shit was funny.
It was
as heck.
funny at some point. Then it started getting too personal.
Yeah, so there was some
Like
things I was like,
some people were too direct with their red flag.
yes,
Like,
yes.
if you live in number 5, something
Yes,
like that,
yes.
almost that kind of direct.
Yeah.
I like,
so there was a
come
trend
on.
on Twitter lately, in Niger Twitter, where people were posting red flags, and it was different red flags. And I'm just gonna go through a few of them, see some interesting ones here. It was basically red flags with someone that you
just
that you
things
may be
that
dating.
like that happen that when you see it, you should run away from.
Yes,
basically,
that you
like,
should run the other way.
Yeah, run the other way.
I think I had one that
It
had
started
to do
like it's like anything. It started off so fun, but then
then it
it
kind
just
of
became a war, gender
Yeah.
war, and I don't know. I hate when they start this gender war bullshit.
it became one of those.
Yeah, it was fun at first. Red flags were like, oh yeah, there we go. So one of the ones she actually tweeted, beard.
Wait, so
beard,
was there a hashtag to
No.
that it came with?
Beard doesn't connect, but he's always stroking it.
Okay, I found it. I
Yeah,
found
that's
it.
her. That's her.
Okay, I found it. Gentlemen, as we celebrate victory in the red. Okay, it became. Yeah, you're right. As we celebrate victory, let's stand in honor of a great soldier, FK. She may have fought for the enemy side, but acts of valor. She really had some good ones,
They
man.
did have some good ones. Yeah. I saw that whole beard doesn't connect one.
In quotation, I'm complicated. You can't understand me. Red flag. Coming from the folks that have their gallery filled with pictures from red carpets. Correct? Collect your red flag, I beg. Is that those people that they're always on red carpets, Abby? If she replies you every 10 minutes, even though she said she would get better at her replies when you guys saw each other last weekend at Scotch, and sometimes she calls you at 3 a.m. This one is being very specific.
Very specific. That's what I'm saying.
And sometimes she calls you at 3 a.m. complaining about her current situation, even though you've made it clear how to solve them. Red flag.
Yeah, some people made it very, very specific.
Sorry, I didn't catch the name. I didn't throw it uncle. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. That shit was. I worship Akoza. Red flag. Someone else said United Nations red flag times
This was,
10,000.
I was born in Canada, but I choose to live in and work in Nigeria. So I said, Pelé suffer head.
One particular Wharton one. My Wharton. Oh no, I don't really get that one. Went to HBS or Wharton. Red flag. Why? What's wrong with HBS or
Yeah, that's what I'm
Wharton?
saying. Then they started becoming personal beefs. Like,
Yeah. If she's ever used Snapchat filter to hide her closure, I guess that's how we.
those ones are not really funny, man.
Okay, so let me look at some of the guys on. Okay, someone posted a picture of this ugly looking bra. Look at it. Said red flag.
No, the one they posted, the sandals. Those sandals, one of the sandals. I know those sandals anyway. I see the. Yeah, I wish I saved a lot more. One girl tweeted, "I love the way your lips look. I can't wait to kiss you all over after 3 days of talking." Red flag.
If a family went for Maltina dance or I don't know what that means.
Dude, read them out in your head first before you read them out.
Changes their WhatsApp location and number WhatsApp location and number once their leg touches overseas and adds the location's flags. Turn on location tag on SM apps. Those are the people that want you to know that I'm no more in Nigeria. If she has more than 5 tweets about red flags, beloved.
So
red
said
flag.
people don't have to know we're together.
That's a red flag. That's a red flag. You are running away.
That's a red flag. Yeah.
Wearing AirPods in all groomsmen's photos. What that one got with?
I think you understand.
But men were there too. You don't remember that they went to visit them at their hotel? Red flag, red flag.
Yeah, some of them were pretty. I found a thread, but it's not really.
I'm not like the other guys. Red flag. I had a crush on you 2 years ago. Red flag. I just want to be free. Relationships are so claustrophobic. I can't breathe.
Hey, relationship is a social construct. That's their favorite word, social construct.
All events, they must see you there. Red flag. As the ones follow up on it. Every day, complaining that no one has bought you FIFA and PS4. Red flag. then anyone that has this,
But is that really a red flag?
yeah, takes pictures
Let's talk
of.
about that PlayStation 1. Is that, I think any guy that tweets about it usually use it as banter. Now, wow. See.
Hold on, this person said takes pictures of Ebuka's outfits to their tailor. Red flag.
I think so too.
I feel
because
judged.
That guy, that guy has some weird outfit.
No. He has some. He has some.
He has some weird
He has some. He
outfits.
has some. Okay, this was a good one. Receives call. Fraudster. Hello, Rafi. We are calling from your bank. Rafi. Hello. I bank with FCMB and blah, blah, blah. Fraudster. Yes, we are calling from FCMB. Currently carrying out a routine check and we need your BVN debit card pin. It's a red flag. Run. Fraud awareness. Yeah, but I thought it was funny. You guys should check it out when you get a chance. It's on Twitter. It was just a bunch of just random. Oh, they said that. Look, and if you wear these shoes, is that really how they feel?
Chelsea boots.
I feel judged.
I
feel
got
judged by
two
that.
pair of them.
I feel judged by that because I fuck with those boots.
I got 2 pair of
I
Chelsea
fuck
boots,
with those
man.
boots. Always having insight here on what is happening, but we have not seen it benefit you. Anyway, moving on, Jerry. I just thought it was a very, very interesting.
Yeah, it was just fun. Like I
topic.
said, it started off good, and then some people just.
So what other things happened in the last couple of weeks? Oh, Genevieve, she got her Lionheart movie got disqualified for the Oscars. They said because she didn't have enough.
But here's my question.
They said it had too much English.
But
in
here's
it.
my question. You people tend to want to be stupid about things like that, talking about how and did we beg to be colonized? Bro, first of all, Nigeria has over 100 languages. That movie could have been made in any one of them. But secondly, just look at it this way. When Kanye was it last year or 2 years ago when all his artists were coming out with albums, the short albums, and even though they made the albums, he made sure the album met one requirement.
It would qualify for the Grammy.
It would qualify for the Grammy. So even though they might have not expected to win the Grammys on them, but while they were making it, he said, you know what, let's keep one eye on what are the qualifications for a Grammy, because it's a pretty short albums. Yeah. So let's just make sure Oscars have a rule.
Yeah.
Now, I'm pretty sure when Lionheart was made, they probably were not thinking of the Oscars. Now, it was made. It's not my cup of tea, the movie, to be honest, but some of you swear and live and die by it. But it was made. And then they came in for, okay, let's submit Oscar nominations from Nigeria. And you guys all decided to turn in Lionheart. Why? Did you guys even read the instruction, the rules? The rule states that the movie has to be, 40 minutes long, which it passes, and it has to be majority a foreign language. Now, Lionheart is not majority a foreign language in English.
It's just sprinkled with
and
some.
The reason, and then let's look at
Igbo.
now. It sounds like maybe Oscars have to make another category for countries that have English speaking.
They don't
as
gotta
one
make
of
nothing.
exactly. But let's put it this way: all the other movies from Africa that in there, the Ghanaian movie, I don't know, wasn't Ghana also colonized by England? You know, they speak English there too. There are other countries that are colonized by England too. And then we can't say, if we say any foreign country and we allow English as the Oscars nomination, to be honest, nobody's winning it except movies made in England and Canada.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. These movies are going to just win it. Do you get? They are going to win it. Let's be honest. You're going to have a lot of British movies dominating that category.
Yeah, most likely.
It's the same way when they do Best International Act. They don't really focus on British artists. They throw it more towards African and the rest of it. If not, you guys are not going to win this thing. So, those of you tripping, to be honest, next time if you want to do a movie, follow the rules.
So the argument was that because English is our official language, that's why
well,
it can't.
In that case, sorry, man.
So basically, they're trying to say that it kind of discriminates
good-
against us.
Dude.
And I think Ava DuVernay, who's a director, she was the one that came out,
Yeah, and that was
and she came out in defense of Genevieve's.
yes, because women standing together, you
Yeah.
can't do this
She
one.
said,
blah,
she
blah,
said
blah.
to the Academy, you disqualified Nigeria's first ever submission for
pandering,
best
man. She's-
international feature because it's in English.
Just pandering,
But
man.
English is the official language of Nigeria. Are you barring this country from ever competing for an Oscar in its official language?
Nollywood has Yoruba movies. Nollywood has Igbo movies. Nollywood has Hausa movies. So I beg, stop pandering,
I
man.
beg you, Jare.
I beg, you get like, I beg, you tried with your When They See Us, but I beg, come on for road. So they're doing them. She's just pandering, and Genevieve too came out to respond, bro. Just go make a. Did Slumdog Millionaire win an Oscar?
Yeah, I did.
Was it written not in English?
It was in English now.
So go make a better movie that is not competing for best international act. Go make a movie that's competing for best movie out there, best
Speaking
picture,
of movies,
whatever.
have you seen King of Boys?
I saw it. I love it.
Did you like it?
I wish they
Please don't
put
tell
King
me,
of
don't
Boys
tell me
instead.
anything. I haven't seen.
I actually wish they sent
Is
King
that
of
good?
Boys. Reminisce.
I heard Reminisce was good
Reminisce
in
killed
it.
it,
I heard
man.
Reminisce was good in it.
Makanaki.
I wanna see
Oh
it.
Lord, as I feel like no. To be honest, I'm a critic.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of parts of King of Boys that I wish they produced better. Like some parts were too dark for me. Some parts where the sound quality was not the best. Some echoes, but
I started it, but I
storylines.
haven't
There was a
gotten
part
past,
in the
like,
storyline
first
that kind
two
of felt
scenes.
rushed, but I liked it. Reminisce and Ill Bliss. They killed that shit, man. Like they did a good job. Like, nah. When I watched it, I had to tweet like, "Yo, what Makanaki, man?" Like that's the Reminisce character's name. Like, Jiggy. I wish that's what they put in place instead of Lionheart.
You felt that strongly
I felt
about
that
it.
strongly
Wait,
about it.
you definitely felt it was more entertaining.
It was more entertaining.
I-
It's more
I-
entertaining than
like,
Wedding Party. Like even that too. Like a lot of movies you people like is there's no story to it. It's just cliche or
I gotta check that out.
It's
that out.
just-
'Cause,
it's
everyone's
just-
been talking
ugh.
about that King of Boys now. and
Yeah,
I
that
need
was
to
a
see
good
that.
movie, man. Like
I might check
bro.
that out later today.
But those of you that say they disqualified, well, next time go make a movie. In fact, why can't we make a movie, all Yoruba movie or all Igbo movie and put subtitles, man? For God's sake, I watched La Casa Money Heist. Money Heist is Spanish.
Yeah, man.
So I was able to follow it in Spanish. You know why? Because it's good content.
Yeah.
Give
It
me
was-
good content in any
that
language.
was a
I'll
good
follow
show.
it. That's a good show. Now,
And I'm
Money
looking
Heist-
forward to the
Yeah,
next
Money
season.
Heist was in Spanish.
I love how they left that.
And Money Heist was made on its own already, and then Netflix went to go buy it, which because they saw a non-English
And they put
movie
the
and they put it. So it tells you that Genevieve and whoever else is making movies go make an original movie with good acting, good script, one of the Nigerian languages, bro. Ain't
And
nobody
we
gonna
can
argue
do it,
with you.
man.
We can.
Nollywood is is the third biggest
can.
movie industry. But switching gears now, man. Switching gears. In today's first world problems, I'm about to play a little clip. It's a Sky News interview. It's of this cyclist, right? Her name is Rachel McKinnon. She is a transgender woman. And honestly, I won't lie to you, it bothers me when I have to refer to this she thing, but I don't want to get banned. So I'm just gonna stay politically correct. But just know that I'm not in favor of using these pronouns. But anyway, she's a transgender woman, and she competed in a cycling race. And not only did she win, I think she broke the world record. And some people kind of felt like that was weird. Some women actually came out and said, you know, why would we be competing with someone that used to be
mad.
a man?
mad.
And
the ones
there was a bit of
fighting for it.
outrage. Of course, some people accused them of being transphobic, back and forth. Anyway, Sky News interviewed this guy. Well, this now transgender woman that has transitioned. And this is a clip of the interview.
And is there problem with you competing?
I'm legally and medically female, but the people who oppose my existence still want to think of me as male. They use the language of that I'm a man. And so there's this stereotype that men are...
So I want to stop there. You see, this is how they make these emotional arguments. They say they oppose my existence, right? If you don't agree with this multi-gender thing where anyone can be whatever gender that they want to be, their defense is that you're opposed to their existence. Now, when you frame it in that way, it makes it look like, oh, I don't want this person alive. And I think that could be very manipulative. That I had a problem with that already. They oppose my existence. No, not necessarily. These people want to be able to compete without having to compete with someone that may have had an anatomy of
But
a man.
do you know who caused this problem?
Who?
The same feminists that are coming out to say.
You think so?
They did.
But let me finish.
Are always stronger than women. And so if you think of trans women as men, then you think there's an unfair advantage.
Sport as a human right, just explain what that means for you.
We care about the Olympics. We care about our favorite football club. We care about the Rugby World Cup. We care about sport. It is central to society. So if you want to say, well, I believe you're a woman for all of society except this massive central part that is sport.
Pause it. What does she mean by we? Who's we?
The transgender community, I guess.
You know, a human being. So what's the we care about sports? Like, so
she might be talking about like society in general. Like she's saying society cares about sports.
Okay.
So I guess what she's trying to say is that sport. She's trying to say sport is like a fundamental right.
Okay.
Which
Go on.
I don't believe in that. I don't think sports is just something that we just happen to pay for. If no one paid for it, no one will give a shit.
Then that's not fair. So fairness is the inclusion of trans women.
Do you think you'd have been a world champion cyclist if you hadn't transitioned?
Hell no.
I don't think I am a world champion because I'm a trans woman. I
Okay.
put in the work.
Okay.
And again, we have to remember, I lose most of my races. I've lost against the specific cis women complaining about me being unfair.
The men's 100-meter record is 9.58 seconds. The women's is 10.49 seconds.
Yeah.
There is an undisputable advantage for men in sport, isn't there?
We talk about men being faster than women. We have to be very careful what we're talking about. So the example you gave was at the
in speed and strength sports, they have a 10%, 12% advantage in most scientific opinions.
At the elite level, right? So when we look at the very best athletes in men and women, you see this roughly 10 to 12% gap.
No, on average.
But if we're talking about like the average man, no,
but
that's
when
not
we're
true.
talking about the IOC, we're talking about the elite level, aren't we?
Of course. If you look within a single sex event,
God damn, look how many dislikes the video has compared to likes.
very large. And the difference
People are getting
between
sick of this
first and
stuff.
First between sexes is often smaller than the difference between first and eighth within a sex.
So by that logic, would you not have male or female categories whatsoever?
I think that's a great question. I think that's a different question.
You can stop it.
So I think it's not.
But do you want to know the funny thing is those people that are disliking the video are the same people who are going to come out and tell me, no, it's okay, everything goes, let's call them day, let everyone do whatever they want to do, you know, let always take off the logo from the sanitary pads, yeah, let's do this, until it directly affects you.
Yes.
That's when they then, see how many dislikes, that video has like 90% dislikes.
Yeah, it has. So that's what they call ratioed. It was 2.4 thousand dislikes versus
158 likes. Yeah, and how many views?
Over about 76,000 views.
And I'm sure a lot of the comments I'm not agreeing with her, but you're all the same people who are out here when what's the name of that guy? That British artist came out and said, refer to me as they. You're the same people that are out here championing and saying, yes, you know, when...
Yeah. I can't speak to the people that are
Bobrisky's-
disliking the video, but here's my take on it,
all
right?
that stuff.
And I think Dave Chappelle had made a joke about it one time, and I'm telling you, right, the joke just seems to make more sense the more I see these
critics
things.
don't like that, though.
And it's basically, he made a joke. He said that, look, for the longest time, right, like we noticed that there were marginalized groups, and there's different kinds of marginalized groups, right? And you have the black folks who are kind of marginalized. You have white folks you have women who some people consider marginalized.
Yes.
You have people that are disabled who,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
And you have all these groups, and the only one group that everyone can agree that doesn't appear to be marginalized are white men, right?
Yes.
And he made this joke and he said, look, they figured that the only way they can join marginalized groups is if they make it official that you can become a woman, then they become marginalized. And it was kind of like a joke. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is that what's happening right now is you have people that were biologically male that are invading what I consider to be female spaces. These are spaces that women have worked for decades to carve out for themselves. You know, women's sports was a big deal. That's why we have Title IX. It was supposed to be able to keep women's sports competitive. That's why, you know, our taxpayers go to certain things to be able to prop up women's sports. And what's happening now is that if any man can just decide to switch,
colleges are
they're invading these spaces.
Colleges, you have to have the same number of female teams as you have men and stuff like that.
So what you're gonna end up having is, look, if we just decide that anyone can be whatever identity that they want, you're gonna have
the LGBT community, or not LGBT, the T in the community. It's the group I still never understood the most. The reason being, so when we talk about people being marginalized and stuff like that, you were born black, you were born Asian, you were born whatever marginalized group you are, and by that default, you had to live with the consequences. And something like racism is to fight against. Look, it's your choice. You were born this way. I can't.
You can't do
punish you.
anything about it.
You can't do anything. But then
these are immutable characteristics.
But the transgender community is a community who chose to specifically go into another gender. Now,
but then they'll argue that they were really born the other gender. They were just born in the wrong body. To be honest,
when people talk about social construct, that itself is the social construct. The fact that you've given people this ideology to believe did God make a mistake? Did biology make a mistake? Like, how do you can feel however you want to feel? Doesn't mean you are it. I tell you, I identify as a billionaire, but when I go to the grocery store, I still have to open my bank account to make sure I have money in my account. Well, if I was a billionaire, I'd buy the whole damn store. I can feel whatever I want to feel. It doesn't make me that person. But we're in an environment where you're not thinking about your next meal, you're not thinking about a lot of stuff, so you have a lot of free time in your hand, you have a lot of
first world problems,
less things to worry about. So one of the things you can actually worry about is that, you know what, I feel like I'm actually a woman, not a man. Fine. So the environment you're in allows you to say, hey, go. Like everybody likes money, so pay a certain amount of money. You can do gender transition. We come in a very quote unquote accepting, but that's why I tell you that I don't like this e-feminist, because they claim to accept everything until it affects them. Biology is something we keep forgetting. A man is more athletic than a woman when it comes to biology.
Visit us online.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're not talking about you pick a random woman and if at the same level, an athlete, a man who runs 100 meters is going to, and is at the top, he's going to be faster than a woman who's also at the top running 100 meters.
Like that's
it's just biology.
That's just
it's the same reason why in tennis they play women against women, men against men. In every sport, you have some mixed sports where it's what sport is mixed? I don't know any top sport in the world that is mixed.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's no major competitive that is money on the line sports.
But there's a lot of things that give men an advantage.
You get flag football,
bigger body mass.
Yeah, bigger body mass. The way we build body dense, how dense your body,
bone density,
and stuff like that. So, as a man, you have due to something called hormones.
Did you hear
testosterone?
About did you hear about
who has what? Men have testosterone.
Men have testosterone.
Yeah.
Women have I forgot what the women have. But did you hear about the
estrogen?
Kid? Estrogen.
Women have estrogen.
But did you hear about the kid that the mom and dad, they were fighting over this kid?
No.
And the mom insisted that the kid they had twin boys.
Yeah.
And the mom insisted that one of the boys was a girl. They took it to court.
Can you imagine?
And they insisted, because the father was like, no, that he's a boy, that I don't want my kid to have to go through, because she was like, look, at some point, if she has to consider hormone therapy and all this other stuff, she'll do it. Why did she
consider that? She wanted the girl so bad that she thought one of them was a girl.
So basically, they went to court.
Taking your insecurities on your children.
Luckily, the judge sided on the guy's side and
because
gave the guy partial custody.
Until the child
and said that
can make that decision themselves. You can't.
Yeah, but you know what? The funny thing now?
What?
Now the kid now dresses like a boy. Because for the longest time, she used to dress both of them. She would dress one like a boy. She would dress the other one like a girl, and send them to school. Because because the boy said that he's a girl.
So,
but this was a kid. This was like a
This is
6-year-old
yeah,
kid.
Yeah,
It's
kids.
ridiculous.
But you look at, and then we look at, so if Usain Bolt, with the fastest man in the world, decides to say he feels like a girl and he changes to a woman, and he decides to run 100 meters. If you're ready to accept him as a woman, then you should accept him as an athlete also. There should be no backlash.
What do you mean?
If you accept him as a
an
woman,
athlete?
then you
Yeah.
have to accept him as a female athlete also.
You mean like if he decided
If
that
he
he wanted
decides
to
to
be a
switch,
woman?
yeah. But do you think that's fair?
Of course, yeah,
But you
definitely
have
not.
to.
Definitely,
You have
not.
to. And that's why I don't know where I stand on transgenders, to be
Mm-hmm.
honest. Like, you're not bothering me. You do you. But then I feel like they put themselves in this weird situation due to something, unless they can redefine their DNA and
Yeah, they call it they call it like body dysmorphia or something.
unless they
where
can do all
feel
that
like a
and
different
but
gender
I
and
understand feeling like what you're not, but man, it comes into, you put it in a very complex situation.
Yeah.
Just like with this athlete stuff, you're still a man.
Yeah, I think it's very disruptive to society. I think I'll give you my honest take on this. Look, I think when we agree, when we decide and we say yes, we're a woman now. Yes, you're a woman. Or when we said that someone that was born a woman decides that she's a man,
And
right?
we say yes.
What we're doing is we are feeding into this delusion. And when we do that, it's like, I feel like it's more harmful in the long run, because what's going to end up happening, right, is people will still not accept these people as that gender. And that thing will always plague them. Like it might end up in certain safe spaces
Yes.
where everyone acknowledges
Yes.
and buys into that delusion. But I'm telling you, once they get out of that safe space and they confront someone like some redneck ass dude that's like, what are you talking about? Like,
yes.
they're gonna it's gonna be a shock to their system.
It is, and
I feel like that is even more likely to send them into even more, because these groups they have like high rates of like depression,
suicide.
high
Some
rates
people
of
say
suicide.
they get killed.
I feel like that all we're doing it's almost like we're setting them up
But
for failure.
this is the
More we do
problem.
it.
This is the problem I have, and that's why I brought up this people. I said, look, you guys have this mindset of everything goes. Allow them to be what they want. Allow anybody to do whatever they want to do. But then you're not really thinking far ahead. You're just thinking one step ahead, which is allow them. And you can allow them, but are you ready to embrace things like this, where an athlete decides to go and run? Are you ready to embrace it? And obviously, by the number of dislikes ratio and the fact that he has to or she has to come out,
I don't think society is there yet.
has to come out and make this interview, tells me that you guys are not even ready for that. So you guys even just being all blasé about it in the first place is because you were just scared to offend somebody.
And for people that think that like we're just picking on people, look, this stuff is they're introducing legislation in America.
So are you
Let me finish now.
Okay.
They're introducing legislation that would say that, look, anyone that identifies as whatever gender has to be treated as that gender. They are starting to introduce legislation. If this thing passes, this thing is going to completely distort the way society operates.
And they're not thinking about that
and
fact.
it might not affect you now, but eventually it will. You're going to go to schools and you're going to have kids being taught that they can be
But
whatever gender they want to
the
be.
people who suffer it the most is women.
That's
Men
true.
are not going to suffer it because there's nothing that. Think about it. Women.
Imagine if I want to be a minority group. All I have to just say is that I'm a woman now.
Women are the one who are going to suffer it.
Oh yeah.
Look at this way. They say the wage gap. Let's look at it from this point of view. Wage gap. Men make more money than women, right? Imagine if
the wage gap is another controversial
let's just say they say men make money. Imagine if most of these top CEOs decide to change into women. In the next set of data, it will be women make more money than men. And to be honest, nobody's going to really want to push that fight of quote unquote equality because the data shows now that women are making more money than men. Why? Because you just allowed a man who makes more money, who started making money as a man, transition into a woman. This is a circumstance that people don't know. A woman changing into a man, I really have yet to see a place where it will affect me as a man, as a traditional man.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't really.
She's not going to take there's no girl that's going to, any girl that wants to leave me for, that's their own headache. But no girl will leave. I don't see a threat from a woman transitioning to a man to my life.
Yeah. But the threat
there's a
women
threat
is
for
a
women
lot more.
when the men transition.
And that's what I'm saying.
This is one of the threats.
Women's spaces.
You guys are going to
get
stop getting.
invaded.
You guys are going to stop. All your sports will be dominated by men, more physical, athletic people. You have to do more.
They even said there's a problem now that they said that some of these men, right, like criminals, right, that happen to be trans, and that wind up in women's jails. They said that they're having cases now where they're having to deal with these transgender women assaulting and in some cases even raping women in those jails.
Yeah.
It like, can you imagine being stuck
and then
in a prison cell with with a transgender woman that still has their member?
Yes.
Like, these things are happening.
Or imagine a transgender woman, a transgender man, that still has his vagina, going to a male prison.
Yeah. But you see, that one, I don't think they'll even try it. Because that would be very, very dangerous. That would be dangerous.
Niggas that have not had sex in decades.
What?
They found a way to be busting in. So just think about that. Then you have the case of bathrooms.
Yes.
Now you're forcing every institution to go and have to spend more money.
Yeah.
Because here's the problem is, why do we have separate bathrooms? For the most part.
Really for women to feel safer.
For women to feel safer,
yeah.
So, and just because you feel like you're a woman does not mean when you see a woman naked and you still have a penis, you're not going to get hard and you're not going to think some other thoughts. And isn't it weird for the woman to walk into a woman's bathroom and see a guy pissing, standing up?
It's a very, very slippery slope.
It is. So the problem becomes, if you want to accept it, you have to do a lot to move forward with it. And you guys have to also accept this sports thing and things like that and say, okay, look, we're fine with this and you guys can be. And then also, where does this stop? You can wake up today and say, and why is it only with that? Why can I not really wake up today and say I feel like a billionaire and the bank gives me money? Why? Why is it only, do you get what I'm saying? It's like, where does this stop?
Yeah, it's a very, very slippery
This
slope.
I identify as, where does this stop?
It's a very, very slippery
And then
slope.
everything is social construct to you people.
So if someone said that virginity is a social construct.
Okay, now go and show your social construct to Christ.
It's all good, Jerry. I think I'm gonna wrap up here, but I'm gonna Wale, do you want to introduce this last song?
It's Zlatan.
It's is this Zlatan track, Abby?
Yeah.
Hold up.
Calm down.
I'm sorry.
He apologized.
It's my fault.
He apologized.
Yeah, I know.
And you know what? That didn't upset me. But the bitch ass hoe.
Sorry.
told me to calm down. What
looks
I'd like you to do is apologize instead of being a bitch.
You're calling me, sorry, but you're calling me a bitch. So
Hey,
set
bitch asshole.
an example.
I'm sorry. My kids can't hear me calling you a bitch.
Your window's
she's
open.
on
They
drugs.
can't hear me because they're listening to Kids Bop.
That's why they call her Kids Bob Karen. Yeah, that's just something that was trending online. It was someone's road rage. I thought it was hilarious. But yeah, so we're gonna head out now. But before we head out, please don't forget to like our videos, subscribe to our page, smiling_sufferer. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page. We're also on YouTube, Smiling Sufferer. We're on Twitter @SmilingPod. Don't forget to share, and spread the word. Thank you very much, and you all have a good one. This here is
Gbeku,
by Answer now.
Zlatan and Burna.
This is like Killing Them Part 2, Abi.
Yeah, I guess.
Because Killing Them really spotlighted that Sanku dance. But yeah, thank you all. We'll be back next week. Bye.
Attitude.